Is it normal to have like 12 projects that you're doing and you've not finished any of them? Do I have commitment issues? Okay, I'm gonna be honest and tell you that the whole reason I started this video was to get myself to finish all these unfinished projects that I just didn't really want to do. And I only finished my collage, which is the main thing that I wanted to finish, but there are other things that will maybe forever remain unfinished, and I think I've come to accept that. Okay, what was I doing?
Being a content creator and an artist at the same time. That's what you were doing.
Needs to like get in there real quick.
This is sorta like love when I'm thinking my foot out for you. I do not want to be cold to you. You left me no choice again.
It's crazy how messy it gets, bro.
Oh, fucking real.
So you just want to do a little bit of art and suddenly your whole floor is covered in random shit.
It's actually.
I think I have allergies. Oh, there it is. Yes! Oh my gosh, how did I know? You know, this is a little voice in my head, the little reduce, reuse, recycle voice that's like, you can take this and make art out of it. What am I gonna do with this? And then I also saved little cubes. Little cube boxes. You could like paint these and put some shit in them. But what? I have no plans for any of these things, but I'm like, you know what? Let me not throw that because that could be useful. But instead I'm just hoarding stuff. I don't know. And a piece of glass. Hey girl, what are you gonna do with a piece of glass? Patchwork pants that I've roughly started and tucked into the corner and ignored. That's how most of the projects go though, to be honest. Do you ever get really inspired by a great idea you have and then during the execution you're like, oh, this is not what I thought it would be, and then you just want to quit? 'Cause same. And the thing is, I know, do I? I know I could make patchwork pants if I really put the time and effort into it, but frankly, there's just no time and effort to spare, so it was a good idea. And that's all that matters. Just good ideas. So many good ideas over here. The skills to execute, maybe not, but ideas. Can we do this? Perfect. Can you see that? Oh yeah. Oh! And that's why we can't have glass just laying around the house for no fucking reason. I have a bad habit of starting new art projects or new creative endeavors, hobbies, some might call them. And then I just like never touch them again. Like this. Yarn. To crochet. I didn't crochet one thing. I learned one technique. And then I said, yeah, this is kind of challenging. And I didn't touch it after that. Is it normal to have like 12 projects that you're doing and you've not finished any of them? Do I have commitment issues? It's not about me. It's not about my issues. What issues do you have? I'm sure there's something. What is it? What truth have you been avoiding facing? I'm going back to my happy place, which is Dominic Fike's 14 minutes. It's my last day of work, y'all. It's my last day of work. Wow, I can't believe people are just throwing that out.
I know. There's like really artistic people on this road.
Okay, today is the day we're gluing stuff down. I've got a little over a week left and this is still fully not glued down. So I'm gonna work on gluing some stuff down today and finishing this up so it doesn't fall apart when I move. Lunch by Billie Eilish. So good. So good. I didn't like it. Let's try again. It's attached. Okay, I just finished gluing everything down on my collage, but I feel like I need to show you my workspace because it's literal chaos right now. This is how my brain works. But wait, there's more. Like, what is this? So I was working on this for like at least 4 hours today. It needs something. And I just did the water down on the bottom right corner today, and it doesn't feel as connected as I would like. The thing I struggled with doing this collage. The collage is very chaotic, and it's been a struggle trying to balance and to somehow make it still cohesive while still keeping like a little bit of the chaotic energy. We don't mind her. We just can't have all chaotic, you know? I feel very relieved, but also like still anxious because there's things I want to fix on this. But I feel good knowing that it's all at least glued on. So when I throw it in my car to move across the country, I know it's not gonna fall all over the place, at least. If it falls apart, wasn't meant to be. But if somebody told me I had to stop working on this right now, I'd be like, okay. Like, it's finished enough where I can call it finished. But in my heart and soul, I wouldn't say it's finished. I feel like this could look a lot crisper, you know? Like, I don't know if you can see, but this is a cutout of water that I had. But I have this, like, pool, and it had just a little bit of rock, but I wanted it to flow into the other one, so I just Posca penned that bitch. And I'm like, oh my god, she's cute. And of course, the pill bottle. But, like, even with the placement of the hands, like, I was trying to be really detailed. But even this penguin over here, I'm making him look at the kids jumping in the water. Isn't that funny? And the lifesaver, you know, I never really thought about why they were called lifesavers, but it's because they look like a little floaty. And these are all separate backgrounds. Actually, look how seamlessly those mountains flow into each other. And I put a lot of the background things over cardboard. I like glued some cardboard to the back of them just to make them lift off the canvas, because I feel like it gives more, you know? This is the almost finished product because I put a lot of pressure on myself to finish my art. I wasn't sure why I felt this need to keep grinding until it was perfect and at a point where I could consider it finished. Subconsciously, I think I told myself that finishing is the way to get better. And if I never finish anything, I will have nothing to show for it. This part of my brain also tells me it's a waste of time to start a project if I don't follow through with it. So I decided to ask myself why I felt this need to finish in the first place. Upon some reflecting, I think I can trace this back to where I find my value as a human, and I'm sure many other people struggle with this too: productivity. I had this idea in my mind that being productive and grinding hard equals being happy with myself. This idea that if I can do something good enough, then that will give me a reason to be proud of myself. And the thought of viewing myself without this productivity is scary. Like, what am I doing if I'm not constantly working towards something? But this thought process hasn't proven to be good for me. Because I've had projects where I force myself to finish, but the whole time I'm doing it, I feel miserable. I don't get the proud feeling at the end that I hoped for. I think art is meant to be a way to express myself and challenge the creativity of my brain. Art is also meant for healing and offers a form of therapy where our expressions can become tangible. Art is not about labeling something as good or bad. It's about accepting and loving what just is. And through art, whether finished or not, I'm growing my skills and getting better, and that's all a part of the process. So because of this, I will not be finishing my peekaboo doodle anytime soon. But I will acknowledge that this was a very fun idea, and maybe I'll attempt something like this in the future. I'm trying to take a more intuitive approach when it comes to my art. I want to follow the projects that make me feel a spark of creativity, and let those ones go that don't serve me anymore. And because I let this project end in California, it's given me a chance to get re-inspired back in Michigan. Following the spark has led me to making more doodles than ever before, designing a chandelier, and trying to sew patchwork pants for the first time. So if you want to see even more of my projects, I have a second channel for traveling content that will be linked down below, and I will also be posting another video about all the new projects I have started. Until then, listen to your gut and follow your inner spark.